Yo, what's up, fellas? So we'll get our show started here. Now, I may not run this show very long. It's like every girl in my house is sick. So I don't know what exactly is going on, but Jen's sick. Both my daughters are sick. Everybody's got a runny nose except for me, which probably means I'll be sick by the weekend, which is really going to suck because we got practice on Sunday. So let's see. Got a couple things to go over really quick now that we're recording the shows and put them on YouTube, put them up on YouTube after the radio. Try to clue some people into some things that are going on over here at TechPB. A lot of questions as to, Mike, why are you using the Angel? Everyone's freaking out. Mike, I thought you didn't like the Angels. What's going on with the Angel? How come you're using the Angel? Well, I got to test guns before I do a review on them. So we did one review on the basic Angel. Now I'm reviewing the Angel Fly, which has been a little bit of a challenge. The gun's been suffering from bolt stick, but I'm going to make that gun work whether it wants to or not. So I think I have a theory as to why the gun has been giving me bolt stick. It's because the LPRs are set way too low from the factory. So I'm raising them up. Every time the bolt stick's on me, I raise the LPR 5 PSI. I started at about 55 PSI. I'm running right now at about 68 PSI, and the gun's shooting a lot better. Still up in the air whether or not I want to continue to run the stock Angel Reg on there or just finally switch over and go to a custom products. I'm probably going to switch over and go to a custom products regulator on there. So I just have noticed a little bit of chuffing from the gun when I'm really getting on it for a long period of time. So not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I ran last weekend, no problems with the gun whatsoever, which was actually surprising because it was really cold last weekend. The gun didn't break paint, didn't have any broken balls in it, didn't have any bolt stick with it, running the LPR close to 70 PSI. So I'm pretty sure probably after about 3 or 4 more cases through the gun that I've gotten to the bottom of the Angel bolt stick. So, I've been taking that gun on as a little bit of a challenge, and it's definitely been a challenge, So, I had it shooting really good with the stock bolt, and then I switched over to the boost bolt, and then started getting bolt stick, and every time I get bolt stick, I raise it another 5 PSI, and so far it seems to be working pretty well. So, the gun shoots good when it shoots good, but the bolt stick has definitely been a problem. But I think I finally gotten to the bottom of it. Running LPR close to 70 PSI on the gauge, and so far the gun's been shooting really good. So pretty happy with that. 2010, what's going on, Mike? What are my predictions for 2010? With the paintball industry and stuff like that. I got a couple questions. People ask me about that. What's the future? What's going on? What do you think's gonna happen in 2010? Personally, I think 2010 is gonna be worse than 2009. I think there's still a lot of companies that are hanging on for dear life that may not be around at the end of 2010. I think 2010 is going to be worse than 2009 for paintball. I think, my thoughts on it, my thoughts on this are that ramping killed paintball. So, you can say whatever you want. You can agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. But I saw, paintball at a massive incline from the whole time I'd been playing it. And, you guys think trade shows now? You guys should have seen the trade shows back in 2004 when, right at the last year that there was ramping. I mean, why do I know that 2004 was the last year that paintball ran straight semi-auto? Well, the reason why I can tell is because since 2004, paintball's been in a bad decline. So, I every bit of it, blame it on ramping. I think ramping is going to kill paintball. I think paintball needs to go back to semi-auto. Not so much at the professional leagues. Let the professionals do whatever they want, because professionals only play against professionals. And most of the time when professional players play against rec ballers, they're using pump guns or mech guns or something like that. So, professionals can use whatever they want to use. That's why they're professional paintball players. You can leave them at 15 balls per second in XL. But for the rest of them, probably Division I and lower, especially scenario games and especially rec ball on a weekend basis, I think it needs to go back to semi-auto. I remember, all the way up until 2004 when people would ask me, Mike, how fast do the paintball guns shoot? I was able to tell them, as fast as you can pull the trigger is as fast as they'll shoot. You pull the trigger 15 times a second, it will shoot 15 times a second. That hasn't been the case anymore. An 8-year-old can go out there with a $200 gun and shoot 30 balls per second. So that's killed paintball. Period. You know, everyone goes, oh, recession. You don't think there was a recession before 2005? You know, there was definitely a recession before 2005. You know, and you know, the growth of paintball, you can almost track it on the charts. 2005 was the year ramping came out. Everybody started using ramping. They started using them in the scenario games. They started using them on the rec ball fields. They started using them on the airball fields and the speedball fields and this, that, and the other. And since then, paintball's been in a death spiral that it has not been able to pull out of. So, and I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, at the scenario games, it's still alive and kicking. Well, you know, the scenario games are kind of a freak thing. There are a lot of people that play scenario games that never play throughout the year. You know, they go and play one time a year at that scenario game, and they never play again. That doesn't sustain a hobby, you know, so... you know, people, you know, if you can just imagine, you know, your local soccer field, you know, if the kids went out there and only played once a year, that soccer field wouldn't be around. So, you know, the scenario games are not a good indication as to what's going on in the world of paintball. Yes, it's good that they pull the attendance that they do, but that doesn't sustain an industry. One person playing once a year, buying one case of paint and paying one entry, you know, that just does not sustain an industry. There's very few scenario teams even that go out there and practice every single weekend. There are some, but believe me, they're few and far between. Definitely not here in Tampa. Definitely not here. I haven't seen one in Florida. You know, I mean, I'll see maybe 3 of one team, 2 of another, but that consistently go out there and practice every single weekend, it didn't happen. So, you know, unfortunately, paintball is not going to be sustained on the backs of the scenario games. You know, yeah, they're fun. I love scenario ball. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to sustain the industry. So, you know, scenario is not a good measuring stick as to the, you know, a good measuring stick as to the health of the paintball industry. But, you know, every single weekend, you know, at the local fields, who's out there playing, that's a good measuring stick. And right now, people are not interested in going out and playing this sport. Not interested in it. Why? It hurts too much. And, you know, you're putting rental players with semi-auto mechanical guns up against players with their own equipment that are shooting 15 balls per second full auto, and that's why they're not coming back. You guys want paintball to grow? You know, ban ramping across the board. You know, let the pros use it in the NXL or whatever, or, you know, wherever they want to use it, or in the other leagues and stuff like that. But me personally, I think they need to ban the ramping across the board. Go back to semi-auto. You know, if they catch people ramping at fields, call them out immediately and send them back and tell them, look, you need to change your modes. You know, but until paintball does that, it's going to continue to decline. Woo! It's been declining since 2005. And 2005 was the first year of ramping. We're in 2010 now, 5 years of straight decline. After 20 years of going up, it's now 5 straight years going down. So, and the only thing that you can contribute it to is ramping. That's it. People do not want to be shot 30 times in a weekend. Once, twice, they can handle that. You know, 30 times, it's not fun. It's too much money and it's not fun. So, ban ramping across the board and we can build this industry back up again. I have no problem going back to semi-auto. If I can at my local field, instead of have 30 people to play with, I can get 300. Yeah, I don't give a shit if I'm playing semi-auto. Now the next thing people are going to say, well, that's bullshit. What about the paint companies? They're not going to sell as much paint. I disagree. Okay, if we can get, you know, 5 times as many players out there back to 2003, 2004 numbers when we had semi-auto only, yeah, you're going to sell a hell of a lot more paint because there's going to be more people playing it. Who gives a shit about the people that are out there ramping? There's no one out there to shoot at. So, you know, I mean, look at all the paint companies have been getting gobbled up. Exo Paint, you know, you just heard JT's getting out of the paint industry and stuff like that. So ramping isn't working. We're not shooting more paint. We're shooting less paint because there's less players playing. So ban ramping across the board. We can rebuild this industry. Go back to semi-auto. That's personally my opinion of it. I have no problem at all going back to semi-auto to rebuild the sport. I think we need to do it. Let's see what we got here. Trying to think what else. Let's see what else is going on. I had an interesting request in the complaints section. Every once in a while, I'll get a probe from the vocal minority that, Mike, you should stop the profanity in your videos. So let's address that. Mike, why should you? Mike, you need to stop your profanity in the videos. You're a role model. You're this. You're that, and this, that, and the other. Okay, first off, I've never taken any acting. Okay, I've never gone to school for any acting or anything like that. Never taken any journalism classes and stuff like that. The only thing I know how to do is be me. Okay, me, I swear. I don't judge people that swear. You know, and I always tell people that my profanity in the videos is intentionally put in there to offend the people who don't like profanity. Okay, everybody that I know swears. And I understand there are some people that get offended by it. I don't care. Okay, I'm not going to change my show. So, you know, when I take a look at my numbers, especially on YouTube, I've got 37,000 subscribers. Red Bull has only 30. Okay, they've got 30,000 subscribers. I've got 37. Me with my, you know, me and Willie and the TechPB staff, you know, with as little budget as we have more subscribers on YouTube than Red Bull. Obviously, we're doing something right. So that's the thing with profanity. No, I'm never going to change it. Why? I swear in real life. I swear sometimes when I'm out there on the field, and you know, it is what it is. So if you don't like it, find something else. So find something else to watch. There are tons and tons and tons of other things to watch on the internet other than that. And as far as I know, everybody that I've talked to in the industry, the people that I actually care about, don't really particularly care. You know, they don't care. It's my show. I'm going to do it my way, you know, and it's why we've been as successful as we can. So, you know, it's just because, you know, you guys meet me in person. I'm the same exact person as you meet in the videos. I'm the same exact person that you're meeting right now on the radio. So, you know, profanity is never going to go away. It's never going to go away. Sorry. So I do not care. I do not care if I offend people with my profanity. It's a great, you know, it's a great thing. I think it's a great part of our videos. And there's, you know, there's two things that I have in common, or three things I have in common with everybody on TechPB. We all love music, we all swear, and we all play paintball. You know, I'm not going to be the only person on TechPB that doesn't swear. Sorry, not going to happen. But that's it, you know, and so, you know, sorry with the profanity. If it offends you, go find something else to watch. There are tons and tons and tons of other people that make videos for paintball and doing other things that don't swear. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I like to swear. It's how I like to express myself. You can judge me if you like, but, you know, I personally don't care. So, let's see what else is going on. Anything else to rant about? Anything else to talk about? I don't think so. What's going to be the focus in 2010 for TechPB? One, we're going to keep making videos just like we've always done. We just crossed 500 videos, which is unbelievable, and still going. So, you know, we're going to continue just to make videos, trying to get people excited about paintball, keep taking apart products, keep doing product reviews and stuff like that. It's funny because, you know, as we start doing one particular type of show, everybody always wants the other kind of show. So if I start doing, you know, if I start doing a lot of gun reviews, people want on the field footage. If I start doing on the field footage, people want more gun reviews, you know. So, you know, it's really funny how as we try to concentrate on one section, everybody wants us to do something else. So, but, you know, we'll continue to do that. You know, 2010 is going to be a big year. We're definitely not going to be playing the PSP this year. So last year I played all four tournaments. If you want to do it, do it. But, you know, if, you know, all I can say is be ready to fork out a lot of money. I think I spent over $10,000 last year playing the PSP tournaments between practicing, traveling, entry, going to the events and stuff like that. So what did I win? I didn't win anything. So, you know, I took $10,000 and I didn't win anything. I had a pretty good time, but, you know, was it worth it? For me personally, no. I mean, you know, after you play a whole circuit of PSP, it's pretty easy to see why pro teams fall apart. You know, I mean, if you can get 1/10 of your money back, I mean, you're doing really, really good, you know, so it's brutally expensive. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So for airball tournaments, I'm going to be playing locally. Luckily, I don't have to go out of the state to play good X-ball here, man. There's one of the best fields in the U.S. called Central Florida Paintball right over there. They run great leagues. They have a great time, and most of the teams that compete there rank in the top 4 or the top 10 overall in the PSP tournaments anyway. So we'll be doing airball locally. We'll be hitting some scenario games. We will be hitting the Ultimate Woods Ball League, which is going to be really fun. Still up in the air whether or not I'm going to enter into the skills division or into the open division. We'll just have to see. Excuse me. The skills division, I'm trying to see if I can partner up with a Zodin. I would love to get some Zenith markers with mechanical grip frames and you know, Apex barrels to go and play in the Ultimate Woods Ball League. That'd be really cool. The open division, we can do that. Luckily, you can actually run the Pinocchios on 1 9-volt. It's kind of a trick, but you can run the Pinocchios on 1 9-volt, which does make them Ultimate Woods Ball League legal. So that's, you know, if we got to play in the open, we got to play in the open. I would like to run the Azodins in the skills division. I think we would do very, very good. So That's the deal with that. You know, obviously Living Legends is going to be huge for us. We're going to absolutely crush, dominate, smoke that game, blow it out of the water. I really feel bad for anybody that's going to be on the other side of the team from us. If you really want to take your best shot at us, join the other team. So, you know, I think you'll definitely get more than enough playing time against us, and you're going to see what we're all about if you join the other team. But I definitely think if you're up for a challenge at Living Legends, I definitely commend anybody that joins the other team other than the TechPB team. So we still have not figured out which side we're going to be on. That's going to be really fun. We're trying to get in touch with Viper right now. As long as he puts the PBN mod scrubs on the other side, I really don't care who's on my team. So, and let's see what else is going on. I think that's about it. We put up 6 videos over the weekend. Hopefully everybody enjoyed those on the all sorts of on the field tips. It was brutal, freezing cold. It was like 30 degrees or some shit like that. No one was at the field yet, so we just got the camera, went out there and did a couple of videos. A lot of people were requesting on the field videos. So definitely a lot of fun. And I think that's about it. So let me get a quick drink of water. I'm going to get some music on. Let's see what we got here. Kill Switch Engage. That's not a bad song. Let me see what else we got here. System of a Down. Nah, pass on that. Stone Sour and Hail. I think that's a pretty good song. So let me get some music on and get a quick drink and we'll start taking some calls.
Just hair and just cheap. You can't even feel it. There it goes again. He's listening to someone. Hears the bitter laughter. All he wants to know is why. Does that even matter? I can't take it anymore. You gotta try. Is gone. Every muscle hurts. Come on and all and see what happened. That broken man is me. There it goes again. I can hear it louder. It doesn't feel good anymore. All I wanna know is why.
all done with that. So, we put a video up. I think a couple days ago of what was it? What the fuck was the name of that show again? I don't even remember now. Hold on. It was Olympic sports that didn't make it. Quite a few comments on that one. I think that set a record on TechPB. 1,046 comments. That's a lot of comments. So obviously a lot of people were not happy about paintball being mocked. Was I happy about it? I mean, it's to be expected. I know what people think of paintball. It's I don't expect the general public to understand it. I've said that all along that people don't understand the sport at all. So that was definitely pretty interesting. I didn't think that it would get fucking 1,000 comments, but obviously some people were very vocal about that show. But pretty funny, yeah. Whacked Out Sports was what it was called. So, oh boy. But anyway, so let's go ahead and open up the phone lines, see what's going on out there. I'll probably run the show for about another 20 or 30 minutes. I'm packing in, go try to take care of Jen. So, hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, nothing much. I just played a couple weeks ago, and some guy had a Ego 10.
Okay.
And he offered me $500 and the Ego 10 for my SL94.
Okay.
And I did it. Was that a good deal?
Yeah, probably. I mean, the SL94, it's still selling for retail like $1,500. So I think the SLs will have higher resale value than the standard Egos always. Just because you get, the matching barrel kits, you get the, changeable LPR caps, you get the 2 triggers, so yeah, I think that was a good deal. You get the barrel kit and all that stuff. I mean, was it all in the packaging, like in really good shape?
Yeah, of the Ego 10?
Yeah, no, the SL94.
I mean, I shot maybe about 9 cases to the gun.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, it's, I definitely, yeah, I mean, I think it was good. I like the SLs better than the standard Egos just because they're harder to find, so. But yeah, I mean, I think you did just fine. Stayed with Planet Eclipse and you still got a really good gun. So I would, if I had an Ego 10 and someone offered me $500 and an SL94, I would take it. So cool, man. I appreciate the call.
Hey, and I have one more question.
What's up?
My friend is looking for a new gun. What's your suggestions from around the $400 to $500 range?
Probably PMR. Tell him to get the 2010 PMR.
Okay.
So cool. Yeah, tell him to probably get the 2010 PMR. He'll really like it.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. So, pretty cool. I don't know. I might have had that deal swapped out. I'm not sure. I think he got the Ego 10, but I don't know. I think it's a lateral swap. Doesn't matter. So, hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Hey, Mike, this is Jimmy from New Zealand. I called in last night.
Oh, hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, it's hot down here again, just like it was yesterday.
Nice.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to, I was talking with Willie briefly last night about kind of the future of paintball, like what is going to be like the next big kind of technological advance.
Right.
I was thinking, what do you reckon is going to happen to these first strike rounds? Are these going to take off? Are these going to kind of fade away? I mean, they seem...
I think it's going to be a niche. I think it's going to be a niche market. The biggest problem with them is getting people to allow them. I mean, I know Tiberius Arms has got a long way to go. The problem also is, a lot of the scenario games, most people aren't going to use that on a every weekend basis. I mean, you could, but it's really expensive. So, I mean, I think they're going to be here to stay. I just think it's going to take a long time before people start to accept them more and more, So I think it's one of those technologies that as long as it stays like in 8-round magazines and, 8-round magazines, and it's something that people aren't just stringing out 15 balls per second of first strike rounds. I think most people are going to accept them. I mean, we've been shot by them, and they don't hurt any more than a normal paintball, So I mean, they work. So, I mean, they work great, actually. I really like the first strike rounds, especially for scenario games.
The thing that kind of makes me wonder about it the most is the price of them. Obviously, they're expensive, and you have to wait a while before they're going to come down in price.
Right.
I mean, do you think we're going to see that, or do you think they're going to really remain expensive?
I personally would like for them to continue to remain expensive. I mean, the technology, I think it's just one of those things. If you want to pay for that technology, I think it's a fair swap. I think 75 cents a round, considering the range of those things, I think is more than worth it. I mean, to be able to hit somebody at, a football field and a half accurately, at 300 feet per second, where else can you get that? So I love them. I think they're just fine at 75 cents. I don't think the price needs to come down, personally. I think the advantage is so high that, that I think that, that's just the price you pay.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Nerf rockets. You know what I'm saying? Those things cost $3 to $5 a piece. But the advantage of it is you can stop a tank in its tracks. So, the Nerf rockets cost $3 to $5 each, and you don't hear the people shooting the Metadynes or the JCS rocket launchers or the RAP 4 rocket launchers. Nobody's really complaining, because when you've got a tank coming at you and the thing's clearing out your team and shooting 20 balls a second, and it's got 5 guns on you, and you pop out and shoot it with a rocket, or you miss the first shot and lose the $5 Nerf ball, the fact that you can stop that tank and send it back makes it worth $5, So it's one of those things that if you want the technology, you have to pay the price.
Yeah.
So, if you want a rocket launcher and you want to be able to stop a tank or blow a building up, when you're at a scenario game, you're going to pay $400 for the rocket launcher, which is more expensive than a T9. And you're going to pay $4 to $5 for a Nerf rocket, which is more expensive than the first strike rounds. So it's kind of one of those things where if you're going to get an advantage, you're going to have to pay for that advantage.
Do you think? Do you think they're really going to be here in 5 years? I mean, in 5 years, are they going to still be kind of this niche thing, or are they going to be gone by then?
No, they'll definitely be around. Tiberius Arms, from what this isn't confirmed, but they sell a lot of less than lethal things to like prisons and military and to police and stuff like that. They have a lot of their paintball guns are also used for crowd control, less lethal ammunition and stuff like that. Anytime a company has their hands into 2 buckets like that, they don't go anywhere. Like Custom Products. Custom Products makes a lot of stuff. Mesa Custom Machine makes a lot of stuff for the military, makes a lot of stuff for real gun manufacturers, and they haven't gone anywhere. You know what I mean? Whether their sales are up or sales are down, they're always going to be here. So a lot of companies are like that. They make stuff for paintball, but then they also make stuff for government, or they make stuff for other industries, and, they don't go anywhere. So paintball is a very small part of Mesa Custom Machine, and paintball is also relatively small part of Tiberius Arms. They'll be around forever. So,
hey, I was just wanting to kind of pass on a quick safety tip to all the viewers and listeners, if that was all right.
What's up?
Well, I basically the last game of paintball that I played before 2008, I rolled my ankle again. And which is not fun to do. I don't know if any of you have rolled your ankle, but
I have.
To sum it up, you roll your ankle inwards and you stretch the ligaments on the outside of it.
Yep.
Now, obviously, I mean, you know this, Mike, but I'm just saying this for the benefit of everyone else. If you don't have ankle protection, strongly consider it, especially in the woods. For sure. I did this in the woods, and once you do it, you're more inclined to do it again and again and again. I mean, I'm at the stage where I've rolled each ankle 2-3 times, and I have to be so careful. And it's not fun recovering from it when it happens. So, if you guys out there who play paintball, if you do, exercise during the week, whatever it is, you got like a program or something, put some ankle strengthening exercises in there. I mean, you can Google search it. They netballers and basketballers do it. Yeah. That's my tip. Just do that as well.
Yeah, and it's good advice. It's why a lot of, especially when I said, when I did a cleat show, and a lot of people asked me, what do I recommend? I said, the Nike Pro Sharks with the, the mids. I don't recommend getting the soccer cleats if you're going to be playing, if you're going to be playing woods ball. I definitely recommend something with good ankle support. I've rolled my ankles tons of times, dude, and that crunchy feeling you get when you feel your ankle hit the ground, that is not good. So definitely appreciate it. And you guys listen up that are listening in, you're listening to somebody that's trying to warn everybody, wear good ankle support, some sort of mids or above the ankle shoes when you're out there playing in the woods. You're going to pay for it if you don't.
Yeah, the thing to bear in mind is that your ankles and your feet, they're supporting the whole weight of your body.
Oh, yeah.
And you're playing a sport where you're running around.
Yep. Yeah, and sometimes, if you stay on your feet when you roll your ankle, you're lucky. The worst thing, and this has happened to me before, is roll the ankle and fall down. That really hurts in the woods, and it has happened to me. It feels like you're falling on railroad tracks. It's not pretty. So definitely, you guys are listening. Definitely, if you guys are playing woods, invest in ankle support. So cool, man. I appreciate the call.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you again, Michael.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah.
So always, man, anytime I see an international call, I always try to get that. So, hey, what's up, man? You're on the radio.
Hey, well, I want to thank Three Migo I'm actually in the bathtub right now. He's been texting me, telling me when to call. Yeah, man. It's legit right here.
Sarah's scary thought. So what's going on?
It is, isn't it? Well, I actually have two questions for you.
Okay.
There's been kind of a debate between me and CPA Aggression about a headband idea that I have for Kitty to make.
Okay.
Well, I want to have a headband made that says H Gay Army, making fun of HK Army.
Right.
He thinks that I'm an idiot. Kitty thinks it's funny. What do you think?
I think it's kind of funny. I think it's funny. So, I've always said this. My problem with HK Army isn't so much with the people that follow it and stuff like that. My problem is that they want everybody to be accepting of their lifestyle and their choices and what they want to wear and stuff like that. Yet, they act like a bunch of 10-year-old fucking girls out there on the field when somebody wants to express themselves in their own way. You know what I mean? Just because you've got HK Army on your headband doesn't give you the right to make fun of me if I want to play in jeans. Who the fuck goes out there and judges what other men wear? How freaking retarded is that? So if
where the gay stuff comes from, then.
Yeah, I mean, not to be stereotypical of gay men, because I've got tons of men that are gay friends. I've got women that I know that are lesbians also. But gay men are very hip on fashion and stuff like that. Now they will to other gay men. If they walk into a bar and there's another gay guy wearing something really off the wall or something like that, they will make comments to each other about it. Okay, well. If you don't really particularly want to fit in with that kind of lifestyle, don't be making fun of what other people wear at the paintball field. Who the fuck are you to be the fashion police? Okay, this is not a 9th grade fashion club. If I want to wear jeans and a wife beater and play paintball in it, fuck you if you don't like it. Don't expect me to be accepting of your lifestyle and the choices you want to wear in terms of fashion and how you want to express yourself if you're not going to be accepting of how I do it. That's the only problem I have with it. That's the only problem I have with it. Do whatever makes you happy, but don't take on this lifestyle and say, you know what, I want to wear matching jersey and pant. I want to wear tape around my fingers when I'm out there playing. I want to wear an HK headband. I want to wear, wrist wrap. I want to do this. I want to do all these cute little accenting things from head to toe and wear Louis Vuitton and Fendi and Gucci, purses on my head and this, that, and the other. But you're going to judge me because I want to wear sneakers and I want to wear Converse, jeans, and a t-shirt when I go out there and play. You're wearing a fucking purse on your head and you're going to judge me because I'm playing in jeans and a t-shirt? What the fuck is that? So yeah, go ahead and do that. I have no problem with the HK.
At the field, I rep, I tech guns and stuff,
Yeah.
We get so many, 12, 13-year-old kids with ions that, all the matching, invert gear and stuff, and they have HK, and they're try to be little aglets.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to be that lifestyle, that's perfectly fine. But the only problem I have with it is that the byproduct or the excrement, if you want to even call it that, even that's too good of a word, is that it spawned off this group of catty, chattering fucking idiots at the field that think it's funny to make fun of what other people wear. Like I remember one time I was at CFP and I was playing, and I'll never forget, the kid was wearing an HK headband. I was wearing actually what I wear when I play, in the woods. I was wearing a camo jersey and I was wearing my pair of camo pants. I think it was like the Dye 09 camo pants, and I think I was wearing like the 08 Reds camo jersey or something like that. And I think I even had my camo, my Bunker King We Kill Suckers headband on. And, some fucking douchebag was like, hey, man, nice camo. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, hey, you want to join my scenario team? He's like, no. I was like, okay. I'm like, dude, I really appreciate it. I can tell you where to buy it. He's like, no. I wasn't being serious. I'm like, cool. I mean, I fucking tore his throat in every time I got to see him. And every time I told him, dude, you can join my scenario team if you want to join it. No, man, I was just, you're just wearing a lot of camo. I'm like, so the fuck what? What the fuck, are you hitting on me, dude? Why do you fucking care what I wear? Why would another guy care what I fucking wear? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, if they, if people want to be that metrosexual and borderline that homosexual lifestyle where men judge what other men want to wear, cool. But just come out in the open and say, yeah, I'm a homosexual. Where in a lot of the circles I hang out in and stuff like that, it's okay for men to judge what other men wear. If someone came out and told me, well, the reason why I was judging what you wear is because I really am openly gay, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's cool, But if they're going to be like, no, I'm straight and you're gay because you're not wearing what we're wearing, fuck them, dude. You go to the paintball field and now it's a fashion runway. What the fuck is that? So that's my only problem with the HK movement. Now I know Brandon of PB Fashion. I know. Quite a few of the guys. As a matter of fact, we covered the PB Fashion booth at the 2008 NPPL, and actually caught one of the last pictures of one of their players, Towley. We caught probably one of the last glimpses within the last couple of hours of that guy's life. And I know Bear, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. It's like Italian and stuff like that and stuff like that. I think they're great guys, and I definitely dig the whole PB Fashion. I have no problems whatsoever with the HK movement and stuff like that. The only problem I have are all the idiots that are on the outside of it that think that HK Army is about making fun of what other people wear. And if you talk to Todd Martinez, one of the founding people of HK, he'll tell you that he's like the problem with the kids today is we were looking good and we were playing good. The problem with the kids today is they look good, they play like shit, but then they make fun of other people. That is not what HK Army was about or is about. So they've got the wrong fucking message, and they need to start their own club where they go out there and they whistle and catcall at what other men wear at the paintball field. So,
and you brought up the woods thing. I'm going to be at Living Legends this year. I'll be actually sleeping in the TechPB camper. Kevin gave me a spot.
All right, sweet, good.
I'm going to get my ass reamed. I've been playing for 2.5 years. I've never stepped foot on a woods ball field ever.
Cool. Well, actually, you're going to have a really good time there, dude. You're going to have Kitty's the same thing. Kitty doesn't like to play in the woods, and she had a really good time there. CPX is an amazing facility, dude. It is an amazing facility.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing facility, and the one thing I'll tell you about Scenario, the whole field is in play. Just because there's a firefight 200 yards to your left does not mean you can't go to the right and cause trouble. So that's one of the hardest things to get into your head about scenario play, is that the entire field is in play. If you want to walk up a house and or go up into a building and just sit there and eat a sandwich, pretty much. You gotta leave your mask on, of course, but if you want to sit up there and sip chocolate milk through a straw for 3 hours and mow a group of people and they go by, you can do that in a scenario game. So that's one of the hardest. If you've never played woods ball before, I'll tell you that's one of the things that the whole field is in play. So you can do whatever you want. If everybody goes left, you can go right. And if you can just keep walking and go cause trouble and then haul ass back. I do it in scenario games all the time.
Yeah.
So, I like to try to get people to chase me. I'll everybody goes left, I'll go to the right, find a group of people, saw at them as much as I can, and then I'll just book, and then they all chase me. So, it's pretty funny. But cool, man, I appreciate the call. But yeah, definitely do
dude, I got just one more quick request.
What's up?
Quick request. You remember that carny you had, that red carny, you put the Tadal board in it?
Yeah.
I just got that from Rob, like, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Okay, Sigma Sparta bought it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have a thread for it in the BST.
Okay.
Do you think you could go and kind of legitimize that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll go and post in it. I'll tell them that it's
Thanks,
mine.
man.
I can tell if it's mine or not. So.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. I appreciate the call.
Thanks.
All right, man. Take it easy. So, pretty sweet. So Willie's in here. Let me make sure I got my Let me see. I gotta get my ball guy vision. There it goes. I had to move it to a place where it's a little better so everybody can see it. So let's see what's going on. I know the Players Club call. Sweet. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio. Hello? Yeah, just missed the Players Club call. So, but yeah, so that was my thoughts on the whole HK Army and stuff like that. So I like what Todd Martinez said. He's starting another club called Hostile Adults. He's like, it's kind of like Hostile Kids, but, you know, we drink Chardonnay. That fucking cracked me up when he said that. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm right here trying to fix one of my friend's ions.
Okay.
And then he said, oh, it doesn't want to shoot. So originally I thought it was an O-ring problem.
Right.
Or something. Then I realized it's the board.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. For some reason, I just plug a battery in and it just turns on automatically without any turning off, like without any power, like without me pushing the button.
Okay.
And I tried going to the setting mode or even try to turn it off. It does not want to turn off or do anything.
Probably the on-off button's broken, dude.
Well, my friend took it to A&S and they supposedly fixed it.
Huh. Take it back there and tell him that it still doesn't work and show it to him.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just give it back to my friend and say take it back to A&S and see it's probably the on-off that broke.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it's got to be probably something screwed up with the on-off button. I mean, probably the whole board's going to be, have to be repaired, or at least replaced. And let me tell you what, there's going to be a lot of pissed off Smart Parts owners in about another month or two when they close their facility, and you're not going to be able to get replacement parts for any of their guns.
I know.
I don't even think you can get them now. I mean, as far as I know, Smart Parts, other than selling off the remaining inventory, right now they are completely unresponsive. In terms of, I would definitely not be shipping guns there to be repaired. That's for sure. Unless you want it left on a shelf when they turn the lights off and lock the door. But, right now, with them being, right now, I mean, I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of pissed off Smart Parts owners, that's for sure. So, I mean, there are a lot of companies that have a lot of replacement parts for them and stuff like that. But, yeah, in my opinion, I think the on-off button's toast.
Well, they have that one website called smartpartsparts.com.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Ken Ferris's site. So I know that. I knew those guys. If you see a board on there, pick it up. That's a really good website. They also own Tipman Parts and ViewLoaderParts.com. Good website.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
I'll just give it back to my friend then, because I try to fix it for him.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be tough, dude. I mean, if it's doing flaky shit like that, I mean, as far as I know, you're not gonna be able to repair that board. I mean, unless you're really good at soldering and you know exactly where they bought that from, but a lot of that stuff is all OEM, original, custom built for their particular gun, so it's not like you can go on eBay and look for a tiny little push button, single pole, double throw on-off button that's like, the size of a pencil eraser.
I fixed one of those before, with the on-offs.
Yeah.
Because I pushed it in once and it just broke off.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. I mean, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people here pretty soon if Smart Parts completely closes their doors, because there's a lot of those guns floating around.
Isn't DXL also like part of Smart Parts?
What's that? Yeah, DLX, yeah, the people that make the Lux, and God knows when those guns are going to go back into production again. Rumor is right now is that the licensing for those guns, they're going to be made at the GI Milsim plant over in Taiwan. Under Mike Spurlock. That's the rumor right now. It hasn't been confirmed, and there's a lot of red tape that they got to go through, but the rumor is right now DLX will probably start being made over in the GI Milsim plant in Taiwan. I hope so. It's a great gun, and I hope that they set up the repair facilities here in the U.S. and stuff like that. So, but it's right now, dude, the thing with Smart Parts right now, dude, it's just nasty. I mean, it's not good, and it's bad. I don't know how else to say that right now, other than it's just bad. So.
Well, he's Oh, he did it's an Ego 07 for I don't know how much. I forgot. One of his friends is selling it for pretty cheap, and then he was also selling a Legend for $150.
What, an Infinity Legend?
Yeah, for $150.
Pick it up. Yeah,
I was actually going to pick it up just for another backup gun because I have a blue HK Army Legend, and yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's the Legends for $150. That's a good gun, dude. Especially for semi-auto, those guns rip.
I know.
So cool, man. I appreciate the call.
Okay, bye.
All right, man. Take it easy. So look at Willie coming in. Pretty sweet. And let's see what's going on. So cool. So it looks like we got another call coming in. Always good. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I have an E-Tech 2, and the board's been kind of going weird on me, so I'm thinking about getting a star frame, but I can't find anyone around that's still in stock. Do you know where that would be?
Maybe eBay? I don't know. I don't know if maybe eBay would, if you can find one on eBay. I mean, you're just gonna have to Google and see if you can find someone that's selling them. You know, unfortunately, when a part goes out of production like that, it's gonna, it takes, once they all sell out, and you got, you're stuck with whatever you can find. So definitely, I would definitely take a look at seeing if you can find one on eBay. eBay always, for some reason, is the last resort last stop place. If you can find it on eBay, usually you can find it on eBay. So if it's not on eBay, you're gonna have to do some hunting through Google and stuff like that. But if you can't find anybody that's got it in stock anymore, man, it's just not in stock anymore.
And,
so that's like me. Like, I've been trying to find a brand new in the box Proto M8 for like 3 months now, and I can't find it. I had one, I sold it. I thought they were going to continue to make them. They didn't continue making them. That was one of my favorite guns that ever made by Die. I can't find a brand new in the box Proto M8 to save my life. And the ones I do find, they want like $800 for it. I ain't paying that much for that gun. I'll go get a DM9 for that price. So, but yeah. So that's what so sometimes you just got to hunt around on Google, hunt around on eBay, and see if you can find somebody that's selling it.
Yeah, and just a quick question. Why at the bottom of the screen did it have a ad for Monster Balls?
I have no idea, dude. Ustream is not my website. It is not my website, so I don't know why they would have an ad for Monster Ball. I didn't fucking put it on there, and I'm not getting paid for it. But I'm using Ustream because we can't afford to run this kind of shit over on TechPB. So whatever Ustream puts on there for their ads, man, I'm using their website. Just like Everywhere Chat. There's ads over on Everywhere Chat. So I wouldn't want, I think Monster Ball is a great alternative to Reball, but I definitely wouldn't be shooting that shit at other people. It fucking hurts,
Just making sure it wasn't TechPB ad.
No, I'm not getting any money from Brass Eagle, that's for sure. Shit, if anything, they probably got a hitman after me. They fucking closed their plant down after Walmart pulled Monster Ball from the shelves. So they're going to be putting Draxus in there. A lot of people don't know that. That's something that a lot of people don't know yet. But Draxus got the contract with Walmart. So ProCaps is going to be supplying them paint. And as a matter of fact, from what I understood, Opie from ProCaps told me that they actually showed the Walmart executives the video from Monster Ball. So somebody over at ProCaps owes me a beer. So that was that's funny. Like, inside the industry, a lot of people know me by that video. And that was probably one of the shittiest days. Yeah, I mean, I thought when I dove into that snake and got one of those fucking hits, I thought that somebody like kicked me in the head and tripped over me.
Yeah,
so that was horrible.
Fingers by Monster Ball.
Yeah, oh, it hurts, dude. It hurts. So yeah, but they're closing down the business and stuff like that. If you get into the Players Club, I'm going to be posting up some rumors from what I've heard about what's going on at that plant and who's going to probably be acquiring JT. Just some little shit that I've been digging around trying to find out.
Yeah, that's sick, because Draxus is the only paint tool out of my field.
Yeah, so you'll definitely, it's going to be in probably different boxes. It's not going to be like, there's definitely going to be a difference in packaging for Walmart, but you'll definitely be seeing ProCaps paint in Walmart. So most likely by the end of the year.
Sweet, thanks.
All right, man, take it easy. So lots of good information there. But no, I didn't put the ad up for Monster Ball. I mean, jeez, I ought to go and buy a bucket of that shit just so I could just put it in my fucking attic, because, probably 3 years from now it's going to be impossible to find. So, that's going to be like one of those collector paints. Like, what's some of the other shit, like Pro Ball? Remember the old shit Pro Ball? That stuff was crazy. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. I just had a couple questions about it. I have a 2010 PMR.
Okay.
And, I'm not getting air into the gun for some reason.
Ooh, okay. ASA works okay?
Yeah, I called Dye, and they told me that to lube up the O-ring inside the ASA, which I did that, and made sure my regulator was not turned in or turned out all the way, and told me that it may have been my eye pipe, and I checked that, and it's not cracked or anything, and I have no idea.
Now you're saying just no air is getting to the gun, or the gun is not cycling? There's a big difference.
Like when I turn the on-off on, it's just coming straight out of the on-off, not the fitting, but like out the end. And then I've tried a.
Now is it coming out of the little hole on the bottom?
No, like actually out of the front.
Oh, so where the knob is at, it's coming out of the front there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, something must be going on with your on-off ASA. I believe that's the same one that's on the DM. You've taken it apart? You put the socket in there and you've unscrewed it?
Yeah, the little gold piece and taking out the little plug on the other side and everything.
Have you tried? Do you have another ASA that you can put on there?
Yeah, I've actually already tried that too, and I'm not just not getting air into the gun. I've tried a different tank, make sure.
So when you've got the stock ASA, it leaks out of the on-off knob. If you put a regular ASA on there, the gun doesn't fire.
Yeah, it doesn't cycle at all. Like even with just a standard,
Huh. I mean, here's unfortunate. When you get like one problem with your gun, sometimes you can work on that and you can resolve that one problem. It's sounding like your problems are starting to add up. Personally, I would probably just call Dye, ship it to them, and have them fix it and ship it right back to you. Call them up first, get an RMA number, put a letter of explanation in there as to what exactly is going on, ship it to them. You can even mention my name. Tell them, I was talking to Mike from TechPB. He said the best thing to do would be to ship it in. Maybe we'll get your gun back faster. I don't know. All the guys at Dye know us and they love us. So I personally would just ship the gun in and just have them repair them. The problem is sometimes, you can spend all weekend long trying to repair it, and then you still have that one problem that you can't fix. I mean, if the gun's not cycling, it could be a solenoid issue. It could be a tolerance issue with the bolt. I don't know. It sounds to me like you're getting multiple problems, and once you start getting 2 or 3 problems, just ship the gun and let them fix it and send it right back to you.
The first problem I actually had was like the air port, and like we had the hole come out to the grip frame or whatnot.
Right.
And I got that resolved with the store I bought it from, and now this is occurring. I've only had the gun maybe 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, before the season kicks back up again, just ship it back to Dye. Just call Dye up, get an RMA number, put a letter of explanation as to what's going on, and ship it back to them. I mean, it could be something as simple as maybe in the production they put a wrong O-ring in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they put a wrong O-ring in there and it's squeezing it too tight. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, sometimes someone maybe put a number 11 O-ring and it should have been a number 10 O-ring. Who knows? But sometimes when you get these really weird problems like that, you can either waste your entire parts kit trying to fix it yourself, or you can ship it back to them and they'll fix it for free. So personally, I would just call them up, get an RMA number, and ship it to them, have them fix it for free. So I think there's definitely more than one problem going on here. So I'd call Dye, get an RMA number, ship it out to them. You'll be good to go.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I'm going to Living Legends this year.
Sweet.
The nerd.
Paintball nerd. Oh my God. What's up?
I'm going with him.
Sweet.
And I'm the one you gave the mask to at TSP Chicago.
Sweet. How's that mask working? You still have it, or did you sell it on PB Nation?
No, I didn't. I got a new lens for it.
Yeah, cool, because that lens was about at the end of its life. That lens was pretty much toasted.
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah, I kind of miss that mask. That mask fit me perfectly. I mean, it was all broken in and soft, and now it's gone.
I like that mask.
Sweet. Yeah, that mask was in a lot of videos, dude. That mask was in a lot of videos that I had.
Yeah, a lot.
So, cool. So, what's going on?
I don't have a jersey yet.
Okay.
And I was wondering what I should get like I saw this on ANS Gear, the invert Prevail for $100. Get gloves, a jersey, and pants. Should I get that, or should I get something? I don't know.
I mean, what's your budget? You got $100?
100, 150, 200.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Do you have knee pads yet?
No.
Okay, I would probably. You can skimp on pants, but don't skimp on knee pads. Okay, and I know you're young because I remember I met you, but believe me, dude, your knees are your keys to paintball. I mean, if you screw your knees up, dude, you're not going to be playing a lot of sports. So even, I mean, how old are you? 13, 14 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, the reason why I've played paintball for as long as I have is because I've taken very good care of my knees. So you definitely, what I would do, get cheap pants, get a good pair of knee protection. I recommend the Dye Core knee pads. That's what I personally use. They work great. Maybe even some of the Empire knee pads are really nice, but I would highly recommend getting knee pads, cheap pair of pants, get yourself a decent pair of gloves, decent, camouflage jersey, something like that, and you'll be good to go. But definitely if there's one place to invest good money in, is definitely knee protection. Because if you're in the woods, one of the things that hurts more than anything else is kneeing down on a root. It hurts so bad I can't even begin to tell you. So you definitely, like if you want to know what it's like to knee down in the woods without knee protection, take a screwdriver and put the handle on the carpet and then knee down on the handle. That hurts. So that's what it feels like when you're in the woods without knee pads. So definitely get a good pair of knee pads, and they've got that invert or that Empire combo where you get them all for like $100. That's a really good deal. Or even Vulcan. Vulcan's got another good combo too. I think that for $100 you can get.
You get the gloves, the jersey, and the pants for $100 at ANS.
Yeah, there you go. And you'll get free shipping and no sales tax, which is badass. So yeah, go that route. You'll be happy.
All right.
Sweet, man. I appreciate the call. I'll see you, Living Legends.
All right, see ya.
All right, man. Take it easy. So I was one of the TechPB fans over in Chicago. I didn't feel like bringing my mask back with me back to Tampa, so I gave it away. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio. Hello?
Hi, Mike.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to clear up some rumors about the DLX and Smart Parts thing. Daryl Trent actually released a statement today saying that they're actually going to be operating out of an office over on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. I did not see that yet. That's good information.
Yeah, and Smart Parts, we don't really know about Smart Parts yet. They're working with a financial company, still trying to sort out some stuff. But,
yeah, the bank right now is calling the shots at that place. The bank right now is calling the shots at Smart Parts, which really sucks. But yeah, it is what it is.
You're right, but DLX, they're still going to be offering service to all their customers throughout 2010. And, and they've got a new generation gun that will probably be out around World Cup time, so.
Very cool. Do you talk to Daryl Trent a lot?
No, they actually just posted up an update on PB Nation, actually.
Sweet. Good to know. I haven't talked to Daryl Trent in quite a while, so that's really good. That's really good information. I really like the Lux. The Lux is a badass gun.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really bad. I was hoping that they were able to keep that line alive. So that's really good to know. The biggest thing is obviously warranty and repair. Now I know that DLX was supposed to, they were supposed to have their approved dealers, and the dealers were supposed to have parts and stuff like that. But when you hear a parent company going out of business, man, it's usually not good news. So that's really good to know.
Sure.
That is really good to know.
As an owner myself, I've had nothing but good experiences with DLX. So. Yeah,
you own a Lux also?
Yes, I do.
Oh, sweet. Do you have the soft touch manifold in yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah. I'd put the soft touch manifold in mine. I really miss my Lux a lot. I really do. But unfortunately, it was, at the time I had gotten it, it was, we just needed money and I had to get rid of it, and it really sucks. And luckily, it stayed in the family for quite a while, and then it ended up, one of my teammates bought it and it ended up getting sold. But I really like that gun. I was hoping that they'd be able to keep it around. So.
Right. I'm just more happy that they're not going to, take this kind of a product overseas or any of that kind of nonsense,
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's definitely really good information. I definitely calling in. Usually I keep abreast of stuff like that. I don't particularly go to PB Nation that often, but that's definitely really good news that that they're managing to keep that company afloat. Warranty is everything. The warranty, and at least just being able to get replacement parts is everything. Now I know like Punisher's paintball is huge with Lux, and I know that gun had really been. It was funny. It came out, and it kind of hovered for a little bit. And then everyone's like, oh, that's just a $1,500 shocker, so it kind of died a little bit. And then all of a sudden, everybody started buying them.
Right.
You know, so, you know, everyone realized, no, this isn't really a $1,500 shocker. This gun actually shoots really good.
Yeah.
You know, so that's definitely exciting, dude. I definitely appreciate you calling me up and sharing that with everybody. So I'll check that notice out, and I'll see if I can get a statement directly from Daryl Trent and you know, where the office is going to be located and all that good stuff, and I'll get it over on TechPB as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh, one other question, Mike.
Sure, what's up?
Are you going to be coming to Blitzkrieg again anytime soon?
Yeah, for sure, dude. I worked it out with Andrew. That's where we're going to be playing from now on.
Wow, really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't make it last weekend. I saw the videos, so...
Yeah, I mean, you know, unfortunately, you know, Cone Sports, they went to field paint only.
Oh.
And, you know, to prevent any sort of favoritism, they looped us into that. So we can't, you know, if we're getting, you know, pretty much endless supply of paint to test our guns out and do our shows from RPS Premium, you know, we can't really afford to go and buy a box of white box. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in our budget, especially with as many guns that we have to test and stuff like that. So I went over and I talked to Andrew. I actually just went over there incognito, paid entry, went there, had a great time, liked the field. And then I told Andrew, I'm like, you know, you've got a great field. That was actually my first time playing there, the first time you see the goggle videos. And I said, man, I had a great time at your field. I'd love to do some promotions with you and bring you some folks and do some advertising on TechPB if you know, provide an environment for us to do our videos. And he's like, sure. So, you know, Willie was there. I was there. I went there and did actually probably my last, I think probably 10 or 15 videos I've done were over at Blitzkrieg. So I did the videos, also all the ones that are on the homepage that were all of the tips and tricks videos that I just put up on the homepage. 6 of them were all from Blitzkrieg too. So I definitely appreciate Blitzkrieg Paintball over in Tampa, you know, allowing us the use of their facilities to test our guns and do our videos, man. It's a big help.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, it's a great field.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this Sunday I'm not going to be there because we're practicing for CFP. So we're getting ready to enter the CFP X-Ball tournament. But that's going to be our Sunday rec play. Sunday rec play. Probably for the next 2 weekends. Probably the next 3 weekends. I'm not going to be there. But after January, probably in February, we'll be over there, you know, messing around and just testing out guns and stuff like that.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you there.
All right, cool, man. Can't wait to meet you.
All right,
take it easy. So yeah, Blitzkrieg Paintball. A lot of people ask what fields do we play at and stuff like that. No, we don't really play at Cones anymore, unfortunately, which really sucks because they're right around the corner from us. But we play at Orbital Paintball on Saturdays. That's our woods ball field. So you see the woods ball videos that we put up, a lot of times it's from Orbital Paintball. We play at Blitzkrieg for our rec X-Ball play. When we're just looking to test guns out and just kind of play some X-Ball, just some walk-on X-Ball. We've been playing at Blitzkrieg and having a good time. And our team practices are held over at Central Florida Paintball. So, you know, when we want to, you know, get out there with some of the best teams in Florida, we go to Central Florida Paintball. It's an amazing facility. We have a good time. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Not too much, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, I was on the DIE website today, and the DM10, it was like a $1,300 marker, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, and then under it there was a DM9 for $1,000, and it comes with a free rotor loader. So, which one should I really get?
I would get the DM9 with a rotor loader.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the very, very slight changes between the 9 and the 10. I mean, very, very, very slight changes between the 9 and the 10. Not much at all. The biggest difference is going to be the Iron Man trigger, which you can buy for like $30, and the milling. That's pretty much about it. So, other than that, you will not know the difference between a DM9 and a DM10, as far as I know. Now, I have not got a real DM10 in my hands yet. Maybe they started including Billy Wing bolts in them. I have no idea. But as far as I know, the DM10 was pretty close to the DM9. I know that for the past 2 years, DIE's been working pretty heavily on the NT, and they haven't really pushed the 9 or the 10 really that much further into this year, which was smart. Because you know the right now paintball, it's very hard to sell those expensive markers. So I would definitely go with the 9, get the rotor loader, and call it a day.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, all right, man. Good luck.
All right, thanks. Yeah.
So good call. So I mean, you guys are seeing, you know, a lot of the companies are scaling back on their R&D right now just because the market doesn't warrant it. The Ego 9 is very similar to the 10. The DM9 very similar to the 10. So pretty cool. Probably take one more phone call and we'll pack it in for the night. Hey, what's up, man? You're on the radio.
Hey, Mike. I actually have a couple Cocker questions.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so I just finished taking I took a gauge and attached it to the LPR on my Trilogy, and it said it was at about 120 psi. Is that about right?
To the LPR?
Yeah. Gauge.
That doesn't. I mean, usually they're not that high. When you pull the trigger, does it slam your hand back pretty hard?
No, it's about. I can push it in, and it's not really that hard.
And let me ask you a question. When you push it in, do you see the gauge move up?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time since I've run a LPR. I mean, as far as I know, how I can always tell if the LPR is set properly or not is how hard it pushes the back block back. If it slams the back block back and you can't even push it, the LPR is up too high. But I've never put a gauge up to one. I mean, 120 psi sounds pretty damn high for those little press-on hoses. But you know, with the autococker, it's going to be how it functions, not what the gauge reads. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could probably put it at 60, but at the same token, it's, you know what I mean? If it doesn't cycle the gun properly or doesn't cock it, you know, or pull the bolt back all the way, then, you know, it's just a number at that point. So as long as it pulls it back all the way and you're not getting any sort of short stroking or it's not pulling the block back all the way, I guess 120 psi would be good. But I mean, it does seem awfully high from knowing about LPRs and stuff like that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, it's one of the preset LPRs.
Yeah, you actually can adjust it. It's a pain in the ass, but you actually can adjust them. You gotta remove the barb and unscrew the back cap.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you actually can't adjust those LPRs. I mean, they say they're preset, but you can't actually adjust them. You're going to have to fuck with it a little bit, but you can't adjust it.
Yeah.
So, when I took apart a Trilogy LPR, I did see where you could adjust it. It's not fixed. They want you to think it's fixed, but you can't actually adjust it. It's just a pain in the ass.
All right.
So, I'm not sure if it's in through the front, where it screws into the front block, or it's through the back. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I think it's the back cap, but I'm not exactly sure where the barb comes out.
All right.
So,
my next question is, what's your favorite sear?
My favorite sear?
Yeah.
Probably I really like the Shock Tech because it's the dual roller. So you got the roller on the you got the roller on the pin and you got the roller on the front. So, but if you can't afford the Shock Tech one, which sells for $50, New Designs makes a nice one. And I think those only sell for like 10.
It's not a dual roller sear, is it? Or is
No, it's just going to be the roller on the front. It's not going to be the bearing roller on the pin. Yeah, so either Shock Tech if you really want to drop your nut, or the New Designs roller, which is like $10. You know, probably for a Trilogy, I'd probably go with the New Designs roller, just because it's, you know, I mean, a Trilogy, I mean, $50 on a $150 gun for a sear, not going to get that much improvement in performance.
No, that one's for another project that I have. I'm working on, I think my 5th cocker now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was thinking the Trilogy, I'm like, wait, I think the roller sears are only for slide triggers anyway, so.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, Shock Tech is probably one of my personal favorites, just because, like I said, it's one of the few dual bearings, at least that I remember seeing recently. But at a worst case scenario, go with the New Designs. You know, the New Designs just has the roller bearing on the front, and you're good to go. So it just depends on what kind you got. I mean, if it's just an 04 Pro Stock, probably go with the New Designs. I mean, if you're dealing with if you're dealing with like a rare limited edition, you know, like an Aurora Planet Eclipse or something like that, or a Nexus or something like that, then go with the other one, you know. But I mean, $50 for a sear, if you ever sell that gun, you're not going to get that money back. So definitely keep the stock part.
Yeah, this one's a completely bone stock. I started with nothing, and yeah, it's built from scratch.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, autocockers require so many parts anyway. I'd probably shortcut the sear. You're not going to notice that big of a difference. Yeah, you're not going to notice that big of a difference. I would just go probably with the New Designs for $10 and call it a day.
All right, that sounds like it'll be what I end up doing then.
Yeah. I mean, as you get into those project guns, you're going to find something else to spend that $40 on. Trust me.
Yeah.
So cool, man. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
All right, man. Take it easy. One more. I lied. Hey, what's up, man? You're on the radio.
Oh, cool.
What's going on?
I just had a question about lubing my invert mini.
Okay, what's up?
I play about four or five times a month.
Okay.
And when I play, I shoot about 900 paintballs.
Okay. It's one of those things that, unfortunately, with lubing and especially with maintenance and stuff like that, you're going to get to a point where even that you're not going to notice really any sort of performance gains. It's always a good idea. You know what I mean? To take the gun apart, clean it, put it back together again. But if you keep taking it apart and putting it back together again, and you're noticing that it's perfectly polished and clean every single time you do it, then you're doing it too much. So that's how I would take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? When you start taking apart your gun and you start seeing a little bit of black in there from O-ring wear or something like that, or you start seeing a little bit of dirt in there, then you're kind of doing good. But excessively taking apart your gun and stuff like that, you're really not going to see any sort of improvements. If anything, what you're going to start doing is you're going to start wearing out the screws, especially the screw that holds the whole bolt assembly in place. You're going to start wearing that screw out. And then you're going to end up having to get a new screw just because you're obsessively taking it apart. So personally, I would say 5 cases, then take it apart. But something too about maintenance, a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot of guns that were built, 3-4 years ago that, people haven't taken apart once and they still shoot. There's still Angels that are out there that have never been taken apart that still shoot. There's still Intimidators and DM4s that have never been taken apart that still shoot. So, they're not really necessarily saying that maintenance is overrated. But, and I'm sorry if you dropped the call, but maintenance is one of those things. I mean, yeah, you kind of want to do it, but you don't have to do it like super, super obsessively. So, I usually do 5 cases, then I take it apart. For me, that's a pretty good rule of thumb. Hey, what's up? You're on the radio.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
I'm getting into Ego 8.
Okay.
And I have a rotor, but the guy wants to give me a Pinocchio for the rotor. Is that a good deal?
I like the Pinocchio better than the rotor. But it's, if as long as the Pinocchio's in really good shape, but I like the Pinocchio better than the rotor. I just like the capacity of the Pinocchio. So it just, I can do stuff with the Pinocchio that I can't do with the rotor. If me and you are shooting against each other and we both start and we're both shooting 10 balls per second, you're going to have to reload and I still have 100 rounds left. So that's why I like the Pinocchio more. It's gotten me out of so many jams I can't even begin to tell you just because of the capacity. There's been so many times that me and someone else has just been railing on each other and they have to go in to reload and I'm still shooting and I can just run right up the field. I've got 10 more seconds of shooting than you do. So I personally like the Pinocchio better. It's lighter than the rotor and holds 100 more paintballs. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And it never jams. So
yeah, people were telling me, like, when you have the extra capacity, like, once you shoot out of that, really, it's just pods and, like, I don't know. People say they don't, like, see the reason to have the extra thing on the front.
No, you don't need the nose on the front. I mean, it's not important. Some people like to use it. I personally don't. It's not necessarily it's a flawed design, but, I have seen where, like I've been in the woods with the nose on the front and have accidentally, hit something and knocked the nose off. I've also been playing airball where I've spun off the brake and accidentally tapped the nose against a teammate and the nose ripped off. So the nose is kind of not necessarily overrated. It is kind of cute to have, but you really don't use it that often. But definitely the capacity of the Pinocchio, you just can't go wrong. It just never jams. I mean, it just works great and hardly ever jams. So it's got great battery life, great capacity. I mean, it's my personal favorite loader. I like the rotor, don't get me wrong. I also like the Prophecy, but for me, the Pinocchio is a little bit better. It's just gotten me out of so many problems. And it's gotten me out of trouble so many times. There's times I've slid into a bunker, just been getting hammered, and all of a sudden that person has to go and reload, and I just go up and take out the whole team. So that's why I like the Pinocchio better. The capacity for me, once you have that capacity, you can't live without it. So maybe I'm just spoiled. I don't know. So, but yeah, I personally like the Pinocchio better. So
all right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right, man. I appreciate the call. So I think I want to wrap it up on that. See if I can find a good song here. Let's see here. I'm trying to find like a really good song here. I don't know if I got any. Some Rage or I don't know. It's gonna be a really, really fucking long ass night because I've got so much stuff to do tonight. So I don't know. We'll play some Tiesto. End it on some vocal trance or some shit like that. So you guys have a good night.